Okay, we'll start our discussion with the introduction to microwaves. So when we say microwaves, this micro term means the tininess. So when I say micro, this means this is a very small. I can say this is the tininess. Now this tininess with wavelengths. So I can say the microwaves are the waves which are having a very tiny wavelength or a very small wavelength. So as we have already discussed many times that your frequency is equal to c by lambda. So what happens when frequency increases, your lambda decreases. So if I take the example of the frequency of 300 megahertz, so I can say my lambda will become C by F in this case, which is nothing but the 3 into 10 raised to 8. Now this is 300 into 10 raised to 6, which again gives me 3 into 10 raised to 8 divided by 3 into 10 raised to 8, which is nothing but the 1 meter. So always your wavelength will, in this case, will be in the meter. So 1 meter. So normally the frequency or the wavelengths which are less than, I can say, 1 meter will be considered in the electromagnetic spectrum. These wavelengths are called as the microwaves. But if I talk about the practical implementation or practical kind of things, the practical microwave frequency range is approximately from 1 gigahertz to 1000 gigahertz. Okay, so many books you will find this range is given there, that is 1 gigahertz to 1000 gigahertz will be called as the microwaves, as if you see their wavelengths are very small. So this is the reason why these waves are called as the microwaves, because of tiny wavelengths they are called as the microwaves. Now we'll talk about the detailed analysis of this microwave frequency. So as I am talking that my range is from 1 gigahertz to 1000 gigahertz. So I just categorize this particular range in different bands. So first band is L band, which is from 1 to 2 gigahertz. So if I put my say 1 gigahertz, 3 into 10 raised to 8 divided by lambda, which is nothing but the 1 means 1 into 10 raised to 9. So it will become 0.3 meters, which I convert into centimeters will be 30 centimeters. So you can see here the 30 centimeter. If you put 2 here, that will be the 15 centimeter. Okay. So if I talk about this band 1 to 2 gigahertz, I'll have a wavelength range from 15 to 30 centimeter. Next band is S band, 2 to 4 gigahertz. C band is 4 to 8 gigahertz. X band is 8 to 12 gigahertz. Now you do remember this band very carefully, because this question is asked in your oral examination. This is the band in which we are generating our microwave frequencies for the lab purpose. Whatever experiments we are doing, our reflex klystron and argon oscillator generates in the X band. So this is the band with which we are dealing in our laboratories. So 8 to 12 gigahertz. Ku band starts from 12 gigahertz to 18 gigahertz. K band starts from 18 to 27 gigahertz. Ka band starts from 27 to 40 gigahertz. Above 40 gigahertz up to 300 gigahertz, these frequencies are called as the millimeter waves. So if you see, if your wavelength is from 1 millimeter to 10 millimeter, these waves will be called as the millimeter wave. And above 300 megahertz, whatever frequencies are there, that will be called as the sub millimeter waves. Okay, so sub millimeter waves will be from 300 gigahertz onwards. Okay, so these all frequencies are in the gigahertz. Your wavelengths will be in the centimeters. If your wavelengths vary from 1 millimeter to 10 millimeter, this range will be called as the millimeter waves. Next one is nothing but the detailed discussion. We know what is the L band: 1 to 2, S 2 to 4, C 4 to 8, 8 to 12 X, 12 to 18 Ku, 18 to 26, you can say this one. K band is 26 to 40. U band, again further categorization is done of this one. So but we are interested in this up till this one. Okay, so you right now and just understand up to Ka band, and above Ka band whatever frequencies are there, they are generally used for the research purpose, for the radar application, something like that. Okay, now what are the main properties of microwaves? Now if you see the applications of the microwaves during or after Second World War, after 1945, you will see that there is a huge application, or there is a lot of research going on in this microwave regions because of radars, because of sonar applications of this microwave. So what properties makes it suitable for this kind of the application? So the first property of this particular microwave is nothing but the microwaves are the waves that radiate electromagnetic energy with shorter wavelength. Now what is the relationship of wavelength and what is the relationship of the you can say speed of that particular frequency. So if I talk about the microwave frequency, and if I say they are having a shorter range, this means that these frequencies can be used for a high speed communication. Okay, so next property, they are not reflected by ionosphere. Now if you do remember in your communication theory, there are three types of the uh, I can say communications. One is ground wave propagation, second is the sky wave propagation, and third is nothing but the space wave propagation. First is the ground wave propagation, whereas your transmitter and receiver or whatever transmitted waves are there, they confine to the ground or the surface of the earth, okay? And then they reach to the destination to the receiver. Next one is nothing but the sky wave propagation. Now this is the range up to 300 megahertz. 300 megahertz तक क्या होता है? These waves are reflected by ionosphere. Ionosphere is nothing but the one layer in our atmosphere. वो ionosphere के साथ reflect back हो जाते हैं. When they reflect back, if you put your receiving antenna in that reflected region, that waves will be received. That is sky wave propagation. Now microwaves are not reflected by ionosphere, and that's why you can use this particular frequency for the space wave propagation, for the satellite communication, because your views can pass through the ionosphere. The third property is nothing but that they travel in a straight line and reflected by conducting surfaces. They always travel in, so line of sight, when they travel in a straight line, that communication is called as a line of sight communication. So you can use this particular for line of sight communication, for satellite communication, or you can say the space communication. Okay, so this is third property. The fourth property, they are easily attenuated within the shorter range. If they are easily attenuated within the shorter range, I can use the same frequency in other regions. So frequency reuse is possible. The same frequency, if I'm using here, say 10 gigahertz of a frequency in one room, in another room, it is possible that I'm using the same frequency. Okay. Fifth property says that the current can flow through a thinner layer of a cable. So even if you are using a very thin layer of a cable, the current can flow. So these are the 5 properties of your microwave. So which makes it suitable for a you can say a wireless communication. Now next one is nothing but the advantages of the microwave. So whenever I'm dealing with the microwaves, and when I talk about the advantages of microwave, the first advantage is nothing but the increased bandwidth availability. When I say bandwidth, the meaning of bandwidth is nothing but the range of frequency in which my signal lie. So if I say I have a bandwidth availability of 1 gigahertz to 1000 gigahertz, and your 1 gigahertz is nothing but the 1 into 10 raised to 9 hertz. So if I say I have a bandwidth availability of, sorry, okay, I have a bandwidth availability of 1 gigahertz. This means that I have a 10 raised to 9 hertz available over there. So if I want to transmit one voice signal, अगर आपको speech transmit करना है, one channel speech needs a 4 kilohertz of a bandwidth. If I talk about the analog television or a digital, I need 6 to 7 megahertz of a bandwidth for one channel. So you can imagine if I have a 1 gigahertz of bandwidth availability, how many TV channels, how many speech channels I can transmit. So this is the meaning of increased bandwidth availability. And you are just talking about the range where you're talking of 1 gigahertz of 1 gigahertz to 1000 gigahertz. So imagine how many channels, how many signals can be transmitted through this particular bandwidth. So here you have increased the bandwidth availability, improved directive properties. Now this is very important property when it comes to the frequency. As you're increasing the frequency, what happens when frequency increases, the directivity also increases. So if we do recall what we have seen in unit number 1 and 2, the directivity is inversely proportional to the beam area, and beam area is nothing but the theta 5 HP into theta HP, that is half power beam width. So if directivity increases, I can say my beam width, these are the half power beam width, so I can say the beam width decreases. Okay, so if this B is nothing but the beam width, so here I'm just using this D for directivity, but in the equation I'm going to use D for the diameter also. So here D means directivity. As frequency increases, directivity increases and beam width decreases. So beam width decreases, this means that your transmission is more focused. So if I take the example of a parabolic antenna, my beam width is equal to 140 degree divided by d by lambda. Okay, so here this b means a beam width, and this beam width is in the degrees. Okay, and here this d doesn't mean by directivity. This is the diameter of the antenna, and this diameter is in the centimeters, and this lambda is wavelength of the transmission. Again, this wavelength is in the centimeter. So if I rearrange the terms, I know that my beam width here is equal to 140 degree divided by d by lambda. So if I'm interested in the diameter of the antenna, my diameter of antenna is nothing but the, I just rearrange the terms, 140 degree divided by b, this d by lambda, this lambda will come here. So this is the diameter of the antenna. Now I'll take the example of a lower frequency first, and then I'll go for the higher frequency. So here I'll take the example of 300 megahertz. So if I'm saying my frequency is 300 megahertz, what about lambda? It's a c by f. So I can say it will be 10 raised to 8, 300 into 10 raised to 8. Indirectly it will be 3 into, so it will be 1 meters. Okay, which is nothing but the 100 centimeter. So if I put that 100 centimeter here, and if my beam width is equal to 1, and lambda I'll just put whatever I have calculated. So d is equal to 141 into 100 centimeters. So I'll get 14000. Okay, so I can say 14,000 centimeter, which is nothing but the 140 centimeter. Now you can imagine the parabolic antenna, which is of 140 meters. So is it possible to have a parabolic antenna of a diameter 140 meters? So which is impractical. Now you just go in the microwave region where you're assuming that your frequency is 3 gigahertz. So if you, or 30 gigahertz. So lambda will become 3 into 10 raised to 8, 30 into 10 raised to 9, which is nothing but the, so point, I just 30 gigahertz, 30 into 10 raised to 8. So I can say this is nothing but the 1 into 10 raised to minus 2, which is nothing but the 0.01. Now this is nothing but the now 1 centimeter. So if I put the value here 1 centimeter, that is 140 divided by 1 into 1 centimeter, which is now 140 centimeter. Now to design an antenna or to put an antenna of 140 centimeter on the roof is quite practicable. Okay, which is like 140 meters, say, as compared to 140 meter, this antenna size is reduced to centimeter. So here your antenna size is reduced, you can say. Okay, so this is one of the advantages when you're going for the microwave frequencies. Okay, and another thing, when your antenna size is small for the microwave frequency, what about the radiated power? Your radiated power is equal to mu 0 pi square I 0 square L by lambda square. So if I talk about the radiated power and wavelength, my radiated power is inversely proportional to lambda. So as power increases, lambda decreases, or for this I can say the frequency increases. So radiated power is directly proportional to the frequency. So as frequency increases, wavelength decreases, hence the power radiated and gain also increases. So you know that if I'm talking about what I have seen, so this G is equal to K into D. As directivity increases, I can say my gain also increases. So this is nothing but the second advantage of using microwave frequency. Now third one is nothing but the fading effect and a reliability. So fading due to the variation in the transmission medium. What happens at the low frequency, you are having the variation in the transmission medium. So this effect, fading effect, will be more for the low frequency. Abhi, when I talk about the microwave signal, I am talking about the line of sight propagation, and there is no variation or in the transmission media, because your transmission media is a free space. So in that case, your fading effect will be less, and that's why you can say that your microwave communication is more reliable. Now next one is nothing but the power requirement. When it comes to the power requirement, we know that our transmission is more focused, having more directivity. Now in such cases, whenever you are designing a transmitter or receiver, your power requirements, if you put the powers or transmitted power pretty low, will be okay, or it will provide you the reliable communication. If you compare it with other bands, your power requirement will be low because your fading effect is less, your radiated power increases with the increase in the frequency, and that's why you can design your transmitter receiver system with the low powers. Now, fifth property, which is nothing but the transparency property of the microwave. So when it comes to the microwave, now as we are talking of the range 300 megahertz to 10 gigahertz, now what happens with this range when you're using this range? Now this range is having a very peculiar property, and that property is called as a transparency property. So these waves or these frequencies can pass through ionosphere. They will not reflect back because of that particular layer. So the presence of such transparent window in the microwave band facilitates the study of microwave radiation from the sun and starts in the radio astronomical research. Okay? As it passes through that atmospheric layer ionosphere, you can use these waves for the astronomical research. Now it also possible for duplex communication and exchange of information between ground station and the space vehicles. So this is the fifth properties of microwaves. So because of such very important properties, microwaves becomes more popular. So I think we have already talked about some of the advantages. The first one is nothing but that it is very useful for point-to-point communication. Your antenna gain is increased, higher data rates are possible, antenna size reduced, then you can require a very low power, then fading effect is reduced, then you can say that you can use it for the radar system as your antenna size gets reduced here. So you can say that provides effective reflection area here. Satellite and terrestrial communication with high capacities are possible. Low cost miniature microwave components can be developed. Then you are using available spectrum effectively for variety of applications. So if you'll go through the application, understand how much variety of applications will be there. But with these advantages, you are having some disadvantages also. So the first advantage is like installation or uska jo equipment cost hai, wo as compared to others is very high. They are hefty and occupy more spaces. Electromagnetic interference may occur. Variations in the dielectric properties with temperature may occur. Okay? Inherent efficiency of the electric power. So these are some of the disadvantages, but several research is going on in this area to make it compact. Okay? And I think whatever we are using nowadays is like comfortable for our applications. So applications of the microwave, the first and very important application, if you'll see, wireless communication, Bluetooth. Now Bluetooth, it uses unlicensed 2.4 gigahertz ka band. Okay? Whereas all of us are aware of a Bluetooth transmission. Okay? Small distance communication, and it's very easy to transmit your audio video data in a very comfortable manner. Okay? So these are the wide variety of applications. Some of the major applications I have explained you. The next is in the electronics. So high frequency generation, tuning elements, phase shifters, jitter free switches, spread spectrum systems, ECM, ECCM systems, you can use this microwaves. Commercial uses may have, you can go for burglar alarm, motion detectors, remote sensing, and many applications if you'll see here. In a navigation, you are using it in the GPS system, and you are using in global navigation satellite system. Military and radar. Some major application is for radar, for sonar, and many more like air traffic, weather forecasting, navigation of ships, minesweeping applications, speed limit enforcement, military, where you need a very secure kind of a communication. Research application, you can use it in the chemical you can say industries like atomic resonances, nuclear resonances is possible. Radio astronomy, because of the transparency properties, we know that these waves can pass through ionosphere. So you can use this particular for atmospheric research. Okay? So these are a very important application. Food industry, a very popular application is a microwave ovens. Okay? You can use them in the preheating, pre-cooking, then moisture leveling, drying potato chips. These are food industry applications. Industrial uses, now you can see n number of applications. Some of the applications like vulcanizing rubbers, chemical synthesis, RF lighting, and so on. नेक्स्ट सेमीकंडक्टर प्रोसेसिंग टेक्निक्स में आप इसको यूज कर सकते हो रिएक्टिंग आयन इचिंग के लिए, केमिकल वेपर डिपोजिशन के लिए, स्पेक्ट्रोस्कोपी. सो यू कैन यूज this particular for electron paramagnetic resonances, EPR, ESR spectroscopy. Unpaired electrons chemicals में अगर पता करने हैं तो you can use it. To know the free radicals in the material, electron chemistry में आप इसको use कर सकते हो. Medical applications, okay, whereas medical applications, a very popular application of this is nothing but the you're using it in the angioplasty and tomography, which is nothing but the cancer treatment, whereas these microwaves are used for the tumor detection kind